Hello. Recently I watched once again the tutorial on how to roll up the tubes and discovered that lately I've been rolling up the tubes in a completely different way. And I'd like to share the experience gained and to tell you how I am rolling up the tubes now, after I have gotten to know the experience of many weavers and applied it in practice. When I happen to take any newspaper, first of all, I examine which direction is better for rolling up the tubes. The length of the tubes is no longer my first priority, and I've started working only with newspaper double pages like these. Here I am holding newspaper sheets. Before starting to roll up the tubes, I take one of the leaves, fold it longwise, cut, and make 4 stripes. And I pay attention to how easy it is to cut. And I take the same leaf and cut it in different direction, crosswise. I like the way it is getting cut more. The knife slides easier, and we get fewer jacks. And now let's try rolling. At first the long tube. I start rolling and notice from the very beginning that it does get rolled. But I know this kind of newspaper well enough to know that these crosswise stripes get rolled much easier. There will be no folds here while rolling. Look, it is much more convenient. So we have noticed that crosswise this kind of newspaper both gets cut better and gets rolled neater. If we need a thicker tube, then we cut this sheet of newspaper in the following way. Afterwards I will be cutting several leaves at once, but so far I'm cutting one to make sure I don't spoil many leaves. So you can cut it this way, once in 2 halves and then in 3 stripes. It seems to me that this width of the stripe and consequently thickness of the tube will be optimal. So compare. So we have defined the direction. Now we are trying to define the best thickness for the tubes. This tube is probably the best one. It is thicker, it has been rolled up with the same knitting needle, but it will be easier to weave with it because it is thicker. There will be fewer folds and breaks. So, after my experiment, I have defined in which direction to cut the stripes. Besides, now I do it with every newspaper I get. I don't cut all the stripes at once, but experience with one sheet for the beginning. Now I'd also like to note the way I lengthen the tubes. Actually, I've shown the way I am lengthening the tubes now in a few tutorials. At first I used to prefer inserting the thin tip of the tube into the thick one. Nowadays I am doing it quite different. I'm trying to roll up the tubes in such a way to get a tube both tips of which are similar. And when I'm lengthening, here you can cut a little. As a rule, if the tubes are painted, the tips come out a bit frayed till we dry them, and so on. So for lengthening I flatten one tip and insert it into another one. Notice that the place of connection is almost unnoticeable. Nothing sticks out anywhere, and even if this place of connection gets in the open place where it can be seen, it will be almost unnoticeable. But anyway, it is better to try hiding the places of connection inside the weaving between the poles. So these were the secrets I wanted to share with you today. Good luck to you!